Hello friends, and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be doing something that I've never done before. A film location video. Film location video based on Ernest Saves Christmas. It's been a long time coming. I've been watching the movie for such a long time. Particularly why? Because it's been filmed here in Orlando, Florida. So I can't wait to get started. I'm going to show you the spots where the film was made. I'm going to do some picture comparison. So excited to get started. I'm inviting you to come join me. Let's go have a wonderful day. So this is the scene where you first see Harmony Star, and she's actually coming out of this restaurant right over here. And you know, she had her meal and she was trying to escape without paying her meal, and then the waiter catches up to her, tells her, "Hey, you forgot something." And you know, she started going off saying that, you know, it was her brother Tommy who invited her, and then he kind of left and always leaves her to pay the bill. And then she kind of says, "Hey, look, there's my brother Tommy," and he looks that in this direction. And then she runs off to avoid paying her bill.
Hey! Hold it. You forgot something.
Take it easy, mister. It's not me, you know, it's my brother. He does this to me all the time. I swear, we go out, right? And he says he has the money. And then we eat. And then he says he has to go to the bathroom. And he sneaks out. Just when the check comes in, I'm left there with, like, no money and this stupid look on my face. And I swear, it won't happen again. So just let me go this summer, right, mister?
You expect me to believe that?
No, I swear, it's true. Look, there's my brother now. There he is. Hey, Tommy!
Hey!
And this is the shot right over here. You can see right there. You can pretty much match it up over here. You can pretty much match up the street. You can match up the brick that's over here in this building over here. But this is the location where she actually, you know, all these was full of tables, and she actually walked out of right over here. This is the shot right there. She was standing right there. Pretty cool. Then over here you can see her running in this direction before she meets Ernest over here. But you know, back then there was a building over here, and I'm assuming this is the original brickwork down here on the floor from the original building. But you can see her kind of running in this direction over here, right there. And this is where that building was at one time. But you can also see the electrical box is still there. Obviously it has seen some changes there, but this is her running in this direction. You can actually even match up the brick on the sidewalk, but this is her running in this direction right over here. And then right over here, this is where Santa Claus is standing, right over here pretty much. Then this is her pretty much turning the corner, running away from the waiter. Here's the Santa Claus, and you can actually see this building right over there in the background, right over there in the background, still there, right, running this direction right over here. Later on in the movie, when Santa Claus makes it snow here in Orlando, you can actually see the building that was standing here. And this is the shot of it. And what I love about it is that it actually had an Orlando mural on there. And this is the building, but you can actually line it up because there was a smaller building there in the middle and then a taller one here at the very far right. That's the building right there. It's no longer here. Right over here at this railroad station is another shot that was used in the movie. And this is when Star runs off with Santa's bag, and she buys a ticket to go to Miami. And you can see her kind of crossing over the railroad tracks right over here. And actually there is a walkway right over there, and she doesn't even use that. She's just kind of jumping over the railroad tracks. But this is the shot right over here, right over there. It's pretty cool. That's the railroad track. That's the Amtrak railroad track over there. You can see up there above it says Orlando, and it hasn't had much change at all. Right there. This location right here was used. Walks out of the train station, and she hears the boy continue to mock the little girl, letting her know, you know, telling her that Santa Claus doesn't exist. Then she turns around and says, he does exist, and this is her sack. And at that moment, she kind of feels like she's kind of, you know, caught in a tough situation, trying to answer to the little girl. And the little girl turns around and says, if that's Santa's sack, then why do you have it?
Be right back. Stop talking about it. There's no such thing as Santa Claus. Where did you get off?
And this is the scene right here. Right over here, you can match up the window. You can match up the door right there. The window. The exit right there. And you can also match up right over here. This. And this all used to be a grassy area, as you can see there. But this is it right here. This is where they stood. Right over here. You can also see here on the movie, the shot right over here. This is where she actually enters into the train station. And you can obviously tell over here that this is the staircase. Right over there. Identical. Right over here, this is the entrance, which is actually now an exit. As you can see here. It's now an exit, but back then in the movie, it was an entrance. Unfortunately, they have this section closed off, so I can't actually sit right over here, which is where I was sitting down in the movie. And obviously she is facing this direction, and this is where the little boy and little girl were sitting down, and the boy just continued to mock her right over here. But you can actually see there in the background the ticket booth right over here. Obviously they did change the logo, but it is still Amtrak. But you can match it up right there. And this is where I was sitting down, right over here, facing in this direction. Now, what I love about this train station is that you can obviously tell that it's seen its days. Benches are very old style, very vintage. You can tell, I love it. And actually, they do have a plaque over here that was made in 1991, and it does say that it is the 65th anniversary, which makes it 1926. So I'm assuming, and I don't have fact on that, but apparently it celebrated its birthday, and it was built in 1926, apparently, based on the plaque. And I love that they still have these booths over here. These are obviously phone booths. Phones are no longer here, but I also love that they have this over here. This is kind of like a fan, kind of like a modern day air conditioning system from back in the day, and it doesn't turn on, but I just love the fact it's a relic. Love relics. Very, very cool. This parking garage is another shot that you can see in the movie, and it is when Harmony and Ernest help Santa Claus escape prison, and they declare him to be insane, and you know, they ended up kind of walking out of the prison. And as they're walking out, you can see Harmony kind of celebrating, and she says something of the sort, all right, they fell for it, they believed it, and so forth and so on.
That was close. Thank you, Ernest. Time is running out.
And this is right there, the shot. You can see right there, it pretty much matches up the parking garage with that right there. And then the only other reason why I know this is the scene is because then it kind of pans this way, and the very next shot are these buildings that you see here in the background. And I'm sure there's been changes here to this parking lot, and I'm gonna probably say it was even right over here where this shot was taken. But you can obviously see the buildings in the background right over here, and I know it's hard to see because of the glare, but you can see the buildings in the background right over here. So I'm assuming this is where they were standing. Let me see if I can get into the shade so we can see the picture a little bit clearer. Right there, this is it right there. And that is the shot. Those are the three buildings. And then you can also see Harmony kind of celebrating over here. She's in the back of the pickup truck. But you can definitely see, it's hard to do it with one hand. But you could definitely see the buildings here. You can also see here in the shot as they turn to Harmony how you can see this building here in the background, and it's gonna be that one right there. So I'm gonna say that they were standing maybe somewhere around here, kind of panning this way, and then they actually panned as Harmony was standing in the pickup truck this way, and then you can see that building there in the back, right over here. All right, friends, so we've been able to see quite a few film locations for the movie Ernest Saves Christmas. Yet there are a lot of other locations that I want to show you. So let's go. This location that you see here was also used in the movie. This is where Ernest, right, dressed as Marty's mom, trying to find out where Marty is. He comes over here dressed up as a woman, and you can see him here climbing up the stairs right over there. And he has an awesome line that says, these steps might as well be Mount Everest. It's just so funny.
These steps might as well be Mount Everest.
Well,
But this is definitely, you could definitely match up this building in the movie, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you that. But you can definitely see the steps, you can definitely see these rails, you can definitely see this plaque right over there, and then you can also see this one over here. So let me go ahead and show that to you right there. You can definitely see this plaque over here, and also the light fixture matches up, obviously. And if you zoom in, you can actually see on this sign an N, which is right there, the N 215. You can't tell the number, but you can also match up here. You can also match up this sign over here. And the intercom system you cannot see, but you can match that up as well. And also one other thing that I did not match up are these right over here. I didn't match up these. Try to see if I can see them in the film, and you cannot see them in the film. So this might have been added afterwards. You just don't see them in the film. I'll show you that right there. You don't see them there at all. You see? You don't see them there. But this is definitely the building. You can also see as Ernest exits the building and runs into where the pickup truck is, where he finds Harmony and also Santa Claus. You can also definitely match that up right over here. You can match that up right over there with this building here. And you know, he runs out because he kind of figures out where Marty is. Obviously he's trying to get Santa's bag or sack, and he's running off. They find out where he's at, and then they take off over to the studio where they're filming the movie Christmas Sleigh, S-L-A-Y, Christmas Sleigh. But this is definitely the location. You can actually even match up the background over here. You can match that up as well. That's it right there. Now, just to be 100% honest with you all, there are some videos that I've seen other, vloggers, YouTube vloggers make, and that has helped me figure out where some of these locations are. However, the beautiful thing about it is that you can always look for details on your own that will help you match up, the actual movie with some of the live pictures and some of the live views that you come across as you're making this video. So yeah, I'm not trying to pretend like I found everything out, even though I do have a location that I have not seen any vlogger do, and that is Joe's home, right? The person who becomes Santa Claus, I haven't seen anybody show where that home is, and I know where that is, so I'm going to be showing that as well. But it's just so fun to make these type of videos, even though I've been able to see videos from other creators about this movie, and that has helped me find out where these locations are. But just kind of having your own spin to it, having some picture comparisons that no other people have done, that is the fun part about making this type of video. Now, one of the reasons why I love coming over here is because this is a very historic town. Downtown Orlando has been around for a long time, in the early 1800s. And this right over here is Washington Street with North Summerlin Avenue. And there's a lot of things to do. As you can see here, a lot of life activity, a lot of old homes. These homes over here have been standing around for quite a long time. And there are some murals that you're also gonna find here, which is something that I particularly love about, you know, Orlando, all the murals that they have. And so let's go ahead and walk. We're gonna walk over to where Ernest's home was at one time, right? And I'm just gonna show you a few murals that they have over here as we walk over there. So it looks like they're setting up some type of beer activity over here. You can see a lot of different brands that I know about. Funky Buddha. You can also see brand like Sunny, Sierra Nevada. You can also see these other type of brands. So, you know, Voodoo Ranger, something that I definitely like to drink. So that's very cool. Something to do over here as you're visiting downtown Orlando. Nice. Also, here is what I wanted to show you, some of these awesome murals over here. There's always something to do in downtown Orlando, but these murals are awesome. Obviously, you guys know how much I love murals. Here is the signature for this one over here, Thorn Park District. I also love how they kind of did a mural here for this drain. It says, "Only rain down the drain." Love that as well. And then this one over here is freaking awesome. Very detailed mural that you'll find here. Very detailed, very nice. Very, very nice mural. So as we continue here on Washington Street, you can see this nice fountain over here. Very soothing. Love to hear the sound of water splashing. Very soothing. Very cool. But what I do want to show you guys is right down this street over here. And I'm going to be showing you where Ernest's home was once there. That's going to be very cool. And there is that fountain in that direction. But in this direction over here, this is where Ernest's home once stood, right over here. And I have a couple of shots here that I want to show you. One of them being when they first introduced Ernest's home, and they had a shot of the mailbox, which is right over here. You can see the school over there, right over there in the background. And you can also see this house over here. Now this house over here is this one over there, which has seen a different coat of paint, but the structure is the same. There it is over here. It's got some pillars there in the front patio, just like it is right now. But there are some other things that we can kind of match up, and let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and zoom in here. Over here is this house over here as Ernest is backing up, and I think he's making his way over to the studio where the movie Christmas Sleigh is being filmed. And you can actually see a tree over here. You're supposed to see a tree over here, but you can also see a tree there in the background over here somewhere. But you can definitely see that house as well, right over here. That is that house, which actually is funny. It happens to be a customer of mine, and I just never knew that Ernest's home was here. That's it over there. That's the pickup truck. And then let me go ahead and see if I can find another picture. No, that's not it. Got a whole bunch of pictures here. Right over here, you can also see that house right there. That house right there is this one here. Right over there. Yeah. Right over there. That house right there. And this is Ernest as he's backing up. There's Santa Claus there on the passenger side. And you can also see this building over here. You see that window over there, which happens to be that window that you see over there. That window over there. So this is definitely the spot. You can definitely spot out that over there. This is where the actual shot of the mailbox would be, right over here. And this is the actual shot in the movie of the home, which would have been right there. I mean, if there's one thing that I regret is not doing YouTube sooner so I can be able to document the house that was here. Ernest's home, right over there. I would just like to say that for me, it's just amazing how this street was actually used as a location for a film, you know. Jim Varney was an outstanding comedian, and he is a classic if you're into 80s movies. And it's just amazing to me how they used that home over there here in the city of Orlando. And I passed by it so many times, and I never even realized that that home is like a holy grail of homes featured in movies. So anyway, this is Higher and Jefferson, and you know, if you're into this type of thing, you're welcome to come over here and check that out. And I'm just so glad that I was able to make this video to document some of the locations where this classic movie was filmed. Now, this street that you see over here was also featured on the film. This was the street that Ernest and Santa Claus traveled to get to Joe's house, which is going to be right there on the left.
There you go. Door-to-door service. This looks like the right place over here.
Now, how do I know that? Well, there's a couple of things that I can compare with. And if you see over here, that little sign right there, I'm believing it is that one over there. Now, I'm almost 100% sure it is this one because I have already matched up the home, and I'm going to be showing that in a little bit. But there is also a stop sign over there. I don't know if you can see it, but there is a stop sign there, which is shown right over here. That is the stop sign. I kind of determined that this was the location because in the background, there is brick road, and you can almost see it over here, but you can also see this tree right over here. You can see this tree, and you can also see the sign that I was showing you right next to it, which is that sign right there. But Joe's house is definitely over there. Let me go ahead and show you. Now you see the pickup truck kind of stop right over here, and this is where Ernest tells Santa Claus that he needs to get to the you-know-where for the you-know-what, for you-know-what time, something like that.
Santa, I've got to get going. Your boys are facing rush hour traffic, and I've got to make sure they get the you-know-what over to the you-know-where by you-know-when.
And this is where he gets off, and he goes into that house, which is Joe's house. Now here is Santa Claus as he gets off the pickup truck, and in the background you can already see a window. You can see that window right there, which is that window right over here. And there are a lot of other photographs that I want to show you to kind of help you match up that this is actually the house. Now over here you can see on the door there are four kind of like pizza shaped glass, and if you look at the actual door here, you can actually also see that as well. So that has not had a change. You can also see there that the window has like a four shaped pie on there. But over here you can see the house in the background, and it was hard for me to find the location because I always thought that it was an actual location where there was a bus stop, and it was just props. It's just, you know, that's what they did for the film, and they put a newspaper stand over here, they put a bench over here, but this is definitely the location right over here. This is where they kind of set up a bench, they put up a newspaper stand, and you could pretty much match it up because of that tree right over there, that post, that light post right over here. And then there's also an electrical wire coming down right over here. And you can also see that in the frame. Let's see, maybe not that frame, right there, in that frame right there. And you can also see the stop sign. Over here, you can also match up the corner of the house. And let me go ahead and show that to you. And you know what? I'm going to knock on the door and I'm going to let them know that their house was used in Ernest Saves Christmas. But over here in the corner of the house, right up there, you can see that it is a little bit different. Right up there. The corner of the home, right up there. And you can see that it's a little bit different over here. It's got a little shade of black, and that is because there's some type of ventage there. There's a vent right there. But you can match up the windows. It's 3 windows right there, 3 windows. Actually, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 3 windows. Another thing that I noticed is that the doorbell is actually right next to the door. And usually when there's a doorbell, they don't run another wire to put a doorbell somewhere else. They usually run the same wire for the doorbell. And as you can see over here, here's the doorbell right over here. Let's see if we can see it. Right over there, right in the edge of the home, or the you know, the door right there. You can see it right there at the edge. Same thing with the house right now. And then obviously you can see the panes, which is right there. That has not changed. This is the home. And I'll be proud to say that I'm the first person that I know that has actually found Joe's home. And here is the shot of the front door with the doorbell. And there it is right there. Right at the edge, the doorbell. Very cool. So it was so freaking awesome to freaking film Joe's house, which, by the way, these houses that you see over here can also be seen in the background of the movie. But it was just so freaking cool. Just in case you were wondering, I did knock on the door. I did ask the people that finally answered the doorbell, because I was pretty much standing there for like 10 minutes. And I did ask them, there's the home right there, if they knew that their house was used in a classic Christmas movie. And they did, they knew. And I just said, I just wanted to let you know just in case you didn't know. But it was so cool to come in here and film this house. Very, very cool. I love it. This building, though it was shown for about 2 seconds, I'm going to say, was also used in the movie Ernest Saves Christmas. And it was nighttime. And then you do see the outlining on the building kind of light up. Looks very cool. And this is the scene where Joe is about to sign the contract for Movie Slay, where they're telling him that these types of movies also, you know, have sequels and so forth and so on. And then he kind of sees outside the window Ernest on the Christmas sleigh, not S-L-A-Y, but Christmas sleigh. And so he looks out the window, then he kind of says, you know what? I don't want this thing. That, you know, and he has an epiphany that he should be Santa Claus. And this is the building right here. Right there.
Joe, what is with you?
This location right here is where you can see Seth for the first time. He actually pulls up right over here, tosses the keys over to the mailman and says, hey, do me a favor, park it in the shed, would you? Something like that.
Oh, jingle bells, checkbook swells, big deals on the way. Hey, babe, park it in the shade. What do you say? All right. How you doing there, son?
And you can see the shot right over here. This is Marty as he's pulling up with his Mercedes-Benz. There's some people there in the background. You can actually see the lake that you can see over there, all the way in the background. You can see that there. And you can actually see the white line, which is that white line over there. And that's it over here. This is the shot right here. It's pretty cool. This location was also used at the end of the movie when Ernest is driving the sleigh and he goes straight down and slams on the brake, and he has that famous line that says air brakes, which is done right over here.
Air brakes.
Right over there. And then you can see in the background that oval shaped building, which is that right there. And then over here, this is also the same location where Santa Claus shakes Joe's hand and makes him the new Santa Claus right there. And obviously there has been some changes there. You don't see any more benches there, but you can definitely tell that this is the same location. Kind of handing down the baton of being Santa Claus right over there. Okay, friends, that's the end of the video. Had a lot of fun making this film location video, my very first film location video. Very fun. I'm glad that I started off my film location videos with Ernest Saves Christmas, classical Christmas movie, 1988. Very fun to make. Very excited to continue to make some of these videos. If you like what you saw, hit the thumbs up. Consider subscribing, and I'm gonna end this video like I always do. We came, we saw, and we conquered. Do me a favor. Have a wonderful day. Peace.